Konnichiwa!
And welcome to another episode of Tsum Tsum Obsessed. We are continuing along in our D23 series, and today we are going to take a look at the pros and cons of the convention.
So there was a lot of awesome stuff about D23, but there was also a lot of not so awesome stuff about D23. We just want to share with you our personal experience of what we thought was totally awesome about the convention and what was totally not awesome about the convention.
We're going to do 4 of each, 4 pros, 4 cons. There are more pros, there are more cons, but these are like the top ones that we are going to be. And Christian is going to be the good fairy, and I'm going to be the evil witch, because it just suits us.
You're the evil queen.
I'm the evil queen. I'm not a queen. I'm not even an evil king, I'm a queen.
So let's kick it off with some pros, and our number 1 pros is that there is tons and tons and tons of things to do besides the huge panels like the live action panel and the animation panel. There's so many things to do, like, everywhere.
Like, beyond, like, there's smaller panels you can go to that are much easier to get into, but beyond that, just like you're walking around and just every 15 minutes to a half hour there are like mini stages that have just things going on. Not all of it's great. Right. But there's always something going on to do. Like, it was impressive. Like, you're never really bored. You just get tired.
Yeah, you get tired.
Our number 1 con is the lines. Not only do you wait in line a lot, but you also, the lines themselves just aren't managed very well. So it's just really confusing. It's really hard to know where the line even starts sometimes. Sometimes you get in line and you aren't 100% sure what you're waiting in line for. You think you know, but you don't. Using Store Pass and Stage Pass was good. That helped. But understand, the way that the lines are set up, you will not be able to do everything you want to do. You need to pick a few things.
Number 2 pro of D23 was the cosplay was amazing. Oh my god, the stuff that people came up with is just like, oh my gosh, it was crazy. It was crazy awesome. And you saw some of the cosplay in our videos if you watch those vlogs. That's not even a quarter of the people and things that we saw. We saw so much awesome cosplay.
And not only like the cosplay, you see a lot of the princesses and the big ones, but you also see like a lot of like fun little ones that like obscure things that you wouldn't know. There was one guy dressed up like Matt, the radar technician from the SNL skit making fun of Kylo Ren. And that's like ridiculously obscure, but that's so funny.
Yeah.
The number 2 con for D23 is the big panels are too big. It's like, if you decide you want to go to that animation panel, or the live action panel, or the parks panel, those are a lot of fun, and they're really cool. But if you decide you want to go to one of those, that's your day. Like, that is going to take your whole day. And people line up so early for that. It's just too much. Like, they really need to either limit the panels or something.
Divide up the panels, like the live action panel. They could have done just Disney live action, and then Star Wars and Marvel live action in a different panel, because obviously there's a difference between fans at this convention.
Definitely, and we'll get to that, a little bit more of that later.
Pro number 3, lots of shopping. So at the Disney store this year, they limited 1 limited edition item per person, which was awesome because there was tons of supply. I feel like if they didn't do that, we probably would have sold out of Tsum Tsums a lot faster, and we probably wouldn't have got them. So there's the Disney store, there's the Dream store, there's Mickey's of Glendale, and then on top of that, they had a whole section of like third-party vendors too, which had a lot of cool stuff. There was like a lot of vintage Disney stuff, there was Pops, there was just everything.
Have you ever been to a flea market? It was like a flea market, but just Disney. Like, everything was Disney. My con number 3 is the shopping. The shopping is really cool. As Christian said, like, there is so much to buy and so much cool stuff. But if your goal is to go into this thing and try not to spend too much, just don't even try. It's impossible. Because beyond the food and waters and things that you're going to need, you want to own everything. Things that you wouldn't ever normally buy. But you're like, but there's only 50 of them left, so I'm going to buy it. And even if you go in with a plan to not spend too much, you're probably going to spend too much.
Number 4 pro is the good quality swag that you'll get at panels, at the small stages. We got some really great stuff like the Kingdom Hearts poster, the Battlefront poster at the live Level Up panel. We also got a $29 pin set for just going to a small stage presentation. We got the tail end of that presentation, and we still got this like $29 pin set for free.
It's amazing. I mean, like, I go to conventions for work sometimes, and you go to these conventions and you see vendors and they give you pens and they give you mugs and bags and you throw them all out. Like, I get home and I'm like, I don't know why I picked up any of this stuff. It's all crap. Like, they actually gave stuff that you wanted, and they gave you stuff you wanted for doing things you were going to do anyway. Mm-hmm. We were going to go to the video game thing anyway. And we enjoyed that. And then they gave us a prize for going to something that we already wanted to do. So it's like, it was pretty cool.
And there was tons of other stuff that people got too, but we got some good stuff.
And con number 4 might be a controversial one, but I think that the mixing of Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars has been a detriment to D23. And I'll explain. I think that there are just too many people that want to go to this thing now. It's unfortunate because Comic-Con exists, and Marvel goes to Comic-Con, and they have an enormous presence, being the biggest comic book company. So all their Marvel stuff is there, the movies, everything is there. You have Star Wars Celebration every year, which does everything about Star Wars every year. And then you have D23, which used to be just for Disney, but now it's everything Disney owns. So it's crowded.
Yeah, you definitely see the divide in the crowd. You'll see your Star Wars people, you'll see your Marvel people, you'll see just your Disney people. And it's like, I don't know. And I feel like for like that live action panel, it was heavy on the Marvel. I feel like all the videos that were released after that panel, it was all about Marvel. And it's like, well, what about Star Wars and Disney? Like, what's coming out live action Disney? What did they announce?
They announced.
I don't even know, because I didn't even hear anything about it.
All right.
So those were our pros and cons for our D23 Expo experience. If you went to D23, please tell us your pros and cons down below, because we'd love to hear you. And if you have any suggestions for anything you would like to know more about D23, we would be happy to do a video, so please make a request down below.
Today is Friday, and you know what that means. Tomorrow is Saturday. And the day after that is Sunday. And on Sunday, we're going to be doing a live video, a TTO Talks, if you will, where we're going to do kind of a D23 specific, but, you know, kind of just like a chat where we talk and we'll answer your questions live, any questions you want to ask about D23 and, you know, show off some of the stuff we got. And, yeah, so thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Konnichiwa.
And welcome to another episode of D23. And that's what it feels like.